We will now introduce 3 comics. In the gallery, on the bench, out the comfort zone, down with the audience, and up the creek. Brackets, not.
Hello, my name's Blacklock. That's black is in the colour, lock is in lock on a door. I have to specify this, otherwise we're 1 letter away from a bit of a cocktail. I'm a lesbian. Yeah, that's about right. We're nowhere near as popular as we are in Pornhub. The closest I've come to touching men is the braille outside of some men's toilets. My favourite thing about being gay, a lesbian to be precise, is well, it's booking myself into the opticians on the 26th of April, because that's Lesbian Visibility Day. The best way for you to get to know me is when I was younger, I was asked, what would you like to be when you grew up? And I said, I'd be happy if I grew up to be any one of these 3 things: James Bond, Spider-Man, or a dad. It's quite ambitious, given that a woman is stood in front of you, but I've made progress on the dad front, believe it or not. I now grunt when I stand up. I'm fine, I'm just preempting the bad back. The most recent thing I started doing is I'll walk into a room and just sort of realise the telly's on and just stop and kind of change channel. So yeah, progress on the dad front. I've taken a lot of inspiration from my own dad. He started editing films down that I was far too young to watch when I was younger. The first one he did, naturally, was Dirty Dancing. I'll be quite honest, I was 18 until I realised there was an abortion in that film. I'm dancing, so it's always that. Highly recommend his kid-friendly adaptation of Pulp Fiction. All 5 minutes of it. An excellent film of a woman drinking a milkshake and enjoying a burger. Less Pulp Fiction, more Pulp Fact. But ultimately, the main reason why I want to be a dad is I would like a mug that says, "World's best dad for having done fuck all." Thanks, I've been Lottie Blacklock. I'll pass you on to our next act. Alright, my name's Claudia and I'm from Yorkshire. Now all that this means is that I put R in front of my relatives' names. So for example, I call my cousin Olivia R Olivia, I call my cousin Emily R Emily. That's quite unfortunate for my cousin Kelly, I'll be honest. For my nan, this extends beyond family members. For example, she started calling Bradley Walsh from The Chase R Bradley, because she watches The Chase more than I change my knickers. Another thing my nan does is she calls sweets like Haribo and that spice. Now, my nan's not aware, it does make sense, like sugar and spice and all things nice and all that, yeah? Makes sense. Another thing she does is that she calls tea smack. Should have seen my girlfriend's face when my 82-year-old nan said she wanted some spice washed down with a nice cup of smack. That was the first time she met her as well. Now, I'll say that my first time meeting my girlfriend's family wasn't smooth either. Got about an hour into conversation and my legs started hurting. Do you know that awkward perch that you do when you're sitting somewhere new for the first time, whether that be a bed, a sofa or a face? I was sort of doing that. So do you know the elegant, dainty and graceful? Yeah, I was sort of trying to do that. And so that was the first uncomfortable thing for me. And then a family got old holiday photos down from the loft, and they'd been skiing in the French Alps, and they'd been to Disneyland. Now, when I was younger, my family don't fly, so I just went on coach holidays to Salou in Spain and that. Now, my nan, back to my nan, she doesn't like coach holidays because she says that the drivers drive too erotically. Now, I can only assume that she meant erotically. So, how would a coach driver even drive erotically? Can you imagine, welcome to my coach, let's take this up a gear. I'll put you in reverse and take you up the slip road. We can use our shoulders in emergencies. But yeah, I liked coach holidays. I learned a lot of transferable life skills. I can hold my piss from Donning to Dover. I can sleep through anything, and R. Kelly's a loud snorer, so a service station. If you haven't experienced it, I recommend. Yeah, so that's been me. Thank you. I've been Claudine. I'll introduce myself.
Salford. How are we, everybody? Having a good time in here? Yeah, my name's Ali. I've been in Salford for a while now, but until recently I was doing it just as a man. Came in a suit, tie, even had a mustache. It wasn't mine, but it was real. My dad had been shaving for weeks, and he kept all the clippings, and he stuck them to these like sticky strips that I could then like stick on, and it was great. It was like, bam, I'm a man. It was awesome. I didn't even mind the taste of the balls. When I was 8, my parents got divorced, and at the time, I had no friends whose parents were divorced, right? So I assumed that whatever reason my mummy and daddy weren't shagging no more, that was the reason why anybody's mummy and daddy weren't shagging no more. And then one day, a new girl joined my school, and there's a rumour going around that she's claiming her parents are divorced. I had no friends whose parents were divorced. I went up to her, I said, hey sis, we share a lived experience. My name's Ali, what's your mum's girlfriend's name? Best thing about divorce, the guilt. When I was 8, my parents' guilt turned into a lot of McDonald's for dinner. And at the time, I was only allowed like Happy Meals. But after this, I just had to bow my head, whisper quietly to myself, I miss Dad. Boom, Mum's up there, thinks me and my flurry. Second best thing about divorce, step-parents. My stepdad, he wasn't really around very much because he just doesn't really exist. No, Mum left my dad for my ballet teacher. I got 2 stepmoms. And a mum. That's too much mum. Fuck's sake. But for me there's a difference, you know, between like my mum and my stepmoms. Like, my stepmoms would never tuck me into bed at night, give me a kiss on my forehead and whisper, don't disappoint me tomorrow. And everyone thinks it's so great having 3 mums. Sure, you know what? It's all fucking fun and games until you 60 quid down in card factory on Mother's Day. It's all fun and games till all you're on your period at the same time. I've been going to counselling recently. Anyone here been to counselling? Yeah? Yeah, people doing well, yeah. Go to counselling. It's like going to a restaurant, one of the fancy ones where they only serve one dish, the cold, hard truth. But in this restaurant, there's no background music, there's no other guests, there's just you and the chef who watches you eat it. You know what Sharon said to me recently? Sharon, my counsellor. We're having this conversation over Zoom. Like my parents, my childhood, my 3 mums, right? You know what Sharon fucking said to me? She goes, Ali, are you starting to see me as a bit of a mother figure? I said, no, I've got 3! 80 quid in card factory on Mother's Day. 5 quid at the same time. Got me, Sharon. Also, shag my mom. I've now also learned so much.
Thank you.
Alrighty, we'll move on to the next exhibit.